You will find that a lot of them are carcinogens. Some of them have formaldehyde, which I don't even understand why. So you just want to get some kind of grain alcohol. You're not getting fancy alcohol. But so I hope you'll come back and join us for future videos as well. Hello friends, welcome back to Safeathomestead. I'm so excited to have you here today. Today is a special video. I started to make some wipes, which I make my own DIY wipes, and I thought I would make some laundry soap. I make it from time to time, but one of you saw in my portable washer video that I used my own laundry soap and asked about it. So Charmaine, this video is for you. So here we are ready to make our laundry powder. These are the ingredients. It's just a few ingredients. We have baking soda, we have washing soda, borax, and a bar of soap. Now, my preferred soap would be Castile soap. Some people use ivory soap. Fels Naphtha is very popular, and so is Zote. So you can do just about any kind of bar soap that you like. I prefer Castile because it has less chemicals and things that might be harmful to your respiratory system or even to your skin. If you're a soap maker, you can use the soap that you make. So as I go through making this, I'm going to talk a little bit about my choices in soap, why I use what I use, and about additives that people add to theirs that you can do if you want, and why I prefer this over commercial laundry detergent. So the first thing you do is work on your soap. So you want to get it as fine as you can. I like to, I should say. Some people just like to grate it. They grate it on this setting of the grater, and they use it that way. You can grate it on this setting and then put it in your blender or food processor and then grind it up really, really small if that's what you want. This works for me. Oh, and if you don't have a food processor or blender, just use this really fine side of the grater. I like to have it as fine as possible so that it mixes in very well with the other ingredients, because I don't want to get a scoop and then, you know, one scoop has a lot of soap and less of the other things, or vice versa. I just like it to be consistent. So I just cut mine up. I just used a knife, cut it up to make it a little bit easier on the blender. And then I'm going to add some of the borax. And the reason for that is just to help it blend better and not stick to the blades of the blender. That is how I like my powder or my bar soap to end up, as fine as possible. Now, the reason why I choose Fels Naphtha over Zote is because Zote has a brightener in it. I am not sure, I can't remember the name, but it is a brightener, and those kind of things stay in your fabric. So your clothes, your towels, and then it gets on your skin, even if it's been sitting in your linen closet for a month. And so that's why I don't like that. So when it says that it makes your clothes brighter, it's a chemical that does that. It's not because it's so clean that now it's, you know, your clothes are brighter. I have probably 3 bars of Zote. I bought Zote because that's all I could find in 2021 when things were crazy. And so I made a batch of this soap with Zote. And I kept the other 2, or I bought the other 2 and kept them because who knows what will happen in the future. As someone that likes to prepare for things, I just want to have it, and because that's what I could find. And if we ever are in a situation where I have to use a scrub board and a bar of soap, I have some Zote to do that with. I think I have another Fels Naphtha bar as well. So that's why I chose that. There are other, there are issues with Fels Naphtha too. Nothing is perfect, but between the two, I rather have the Fels Naphtha. If I can get Kirk's Castile soap or Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, I would use those instead of the Fels Naphtha. So we'll talk a little bit more about the problem with these soaps as we go along making our product. Okay, so there are so many different variations on how to make this washing soap, and it's really up to you and what you like. So for 1 bar of soap, I am going to use 1 cup of baking soda. A lot of people don't even put baking soda in. I like baking soda because baking soda is a natural deodorant, so it takes care of any smells. It also whitens, and I can do that, both of those things, in a natural way with baking soda. I'm going to put 2 cups of the laundry washing soda and 2 cups of the borax. Okie doke, so let's put this stuff together. There's an organization called the Environmental Working Group. You may be familiar with them. Let me get this. It's kind of noisy. Okay, so there's this organization called the Environmental Working Group, and they rate products that, like personal care products, foods, cleaning supplies, things like that, cleaning products, and they have over 130,000 ratings already up on their app. It's a free app, and I love to use it. You can type in a product to find out about it, or you can scan a product. So if you're in a store and you're thinking of buying something, or you see a product and you wonder about it, you can just scan the barcode and it'll give you information on 4 categories. It has respiratory issues. I think it specifically says asthma, but so respiratory issues, environmental, developmental, and I'm missing, oh, skin, and how it affects the skin. And then it rates it, let's see, low, medium, and high, but there's some numbers too that I can't really remember what they are. So when I did the Zote soap, it was medium, and particularly, oh, I see. Yeah, it was medium, and it was a number 2 when it came to asthma, the environment, your skin, all those things. The Fels Naphtha was a 1, and it was low. So that's how I made my choice. It wasn't just because I've used it in the past, or what I like, or what I heard. It does have a strong smell, Fels Naphtha. It's not a bad smell, but I am sensitive to smells. So. Okay, I need to put 1 more cup in this one. How much is it here? I should be able to get 1 more cup. It's just a big clump. So I'm going to work at that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I just blended half of this. I put half in another bowl. I blended half of it and then put the other half and blended it just to make sure that it was well done, well mixed together. I sometimes just mix it by hand, so it's just up to you what you want to do. So I'm just adding this to, oops, the rest that I have already, and this gives you an idea of how much you get. Let's see. 6 cups, or close to 6 cups, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is quite a bit because you're only using 1 to 2 tablespoons depending on how dirty your clothes are. This is the little measuring spoon that I keep in here. So why do I go through the trouble of doing this? Well, yes, it's cheaper for sure. This is not usually what I wash my clothes with, but for the past, I think, 4 months, 3 months, this is what I've been using. And it's definitely less expensive than what you can buy on the market. But also, even though it's not a perfect solution, because it does have some chemicals in it, depending on which soap you're using, and washing soda is, you know, borax is a bit caustic. It's very, like you guys probably noticed, it powders up, billows up, and you can inhale it, so you should be very careful. I usually make this with a mask on, but because I was videoing it, I wanted to be able to be heard, so I didn't have a mask on. But to use it, then it's no different than using anything else that you can get on the market. The difference is, what I mean by it's no different than what you use from, you know, how you use what you buy in the store, is that you don't wear a mask to use your detergent that you buy in the store, right? Well, this is not a detergent, it's just a soap or a washing powder. The difference between this and what you might get at the store is that there's so many more ingredients in a store-bought detergent. You don't know what half of them are. Even the ones that they have listed, you can look those up. You will find that a lot of them are carcinogens. Some of them have formaldehyde, which I don't even understand why you would want formaldehyde in laundry detergent. They cause liver damage, and one of the big things for me is the fragrance. In this country, the government does not require specifics when it comes to fragrance, but fragrance is not just one thing. Fragrance can mean one or more of over 3,000 different ingredients come under the category of fragrance. So when they say fragrance, you have no idea what it means, you know, what that is. It's like a mystery ingredients that you don't have the right to know what it is. They also have phthalates, which are chemicals in many fragrances, and those chemicals are endocrine disruptors, hormone disruptors. So I rather make my perfectly imperfect laundry soap at home with 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients, sometimes 5, because you know what I don't have that I do put in here sometimes is OxyClean, or not necessarily OxyClean, but an oxygen bleach type of thing. I do that sometimes, but I find that the baking soda does a good job at whitening. So yeah, I don't miss the oxy ingredient when I don't put it in. So it's okay to not have that. All right. So yes, it is so much better to, in my opinion, to use this, especially if I'm using the Castile soap, even better. And I know what those 4 ingredients are, and I feel better about using them. Okay, so let me make the other thing that I was going to make originally and bring you guys along. Oh, you know what, too? I don't use liquid detergent, but I was thinking that I would do a recipe for you guys just so you could see how you could make it. And if you would like me to do that, let me know in the comments. I can maybe keep some for myself and give some to a friend or something. But I would like to give it a try too. But definitely I will do it if you guys would like to see how it can be done. And you can save a lot of money too by doing it that way. Okay, so let me get to the other project. A big welcome to our new subscribers. Many of you have joined us here in the past week or so, and it's been very exciting to see. I am so grateful that you've chosen to join our community here. My name is Elena, and I am mini-steading here in the desert of New Mexico. When you're finished with this video, don't rush off. Hang around for a bit and check out some older videos and see what we were able to do on 1,600 square feet. Now we've expanded to about an acre, and we have so many projects planned. We've already started by putting in a woodshed and a larger chicken run for our girls. So I hope you'll come back and join us for future videos as well. Okie doke, so our next project is wipes. These are disinfecting wipes that I like to use in the winter time to wipe down points of contact like doorknobs and light switches and the sink, the faucet rather, phones, steering wheels, anything like that. Starting in 2020 is when I started making wipes. I used to just, in the winter time when we were more prone to being sick, I used to just use a spray bottle and a rag, and I just got tired of grabbing a spray bottle and a rag every time because I was doing it every single evening when my husband came home, and we were doing it for so long, I decided to just make wipes. So, according to the CDC, when you make something that is really a disinfecting wipe, you have to have a certain amount of volume of alcohol. So not just any alcohol. So this is 75.5% alcohol, and I think it's 70% by volume. Alcohol is what's required. And you also need to put more alcohol than water. So 2/3 of your solution should be alcohol and 1/3 is water. So I have about 4 ounces of water in this measuring cup, and I'm going to fill the rest to 2 cups with the alcohol. I used to use something called Everclear when I was in Oklahoma. I don't know if that's available where you are. I cannot find it here. So you just want to get some kind of grain alcohol. You're not getting fancy alcohol, but you just want it to be a high alcohol content. Okay, so this is so easy, you guys. It is just, that is the liquid. Like that, just a little squirt of soap, dish soap. You don't want to put too much dish soap because you don't want it to be bubbling, right, or soapy when you use your wipes. And then you stir, and that is it. Just those 3 things. I like to put essential oils in mine, and I like to use this one. It is called the Protective Blend, and the reason is it's good for immunity, and it has essential oils that are known to be good for immunity. So clove and orange and cinnamon and eucalyptus, rosemary, those are all ones that you will find. Like if you went to a health food store and bought some hand wipes, it might be oregano based, or it might have rosemary, or it might have cinnamon. So yeah, all of those are good for the immunity. And then you stir. Now, as far as the wipes themselves, what you want to do is just get a roll of paper towel. I feel like I'm super close to you guys. Am I super close? Okay. You want to get a roll of paper towel and cut it in half. Use a regular knife. Don't use a serrated knife. I thought I would use a serrated knife once a long time ago just because I thought it would cut easier, but it makes such a big mess. It just makes like snow out of the paper towel. And you get a container that will fit your roll of paper towel, your half roll, and you just put it in there. I, this is like the 3rd iteration of containers, but I finally found one that fits perfectly. And actually, depending on the size roll, you may have to remove some. So this roll was a little bit too big to go in here. So what I do is I just remove a few sheets and put them in here. And I keep this in the bathroom to use there. And what I do is just, you kind of find where the little perforations are. This is the one that you can use half a sheet. And I just accordion it like that, so that when I am pulling it out of the container, it comes out just like it would if you were using store-bought wipes. All right, so now that we have our solution ready and we have our wipes or paper towels in the container, we're just going to pour it on slowly. You want to use a brand name paper towel for this project. You don't want to use you don't want to cheap out on this because it's just going to dissolve and you're not going to have wipes. So stop for a second and let it soak up. Now, I used to have a container that had a screw on top, and that one worked better in that I could turn the wipes upside down or the container upside down. And it just helped absorb a little faster. I don't have that right now, and I actually prefer this one. So I'm going to go and just make a few ounces more of this solution to put into this container. So before we wrap up the wipes project, I wanted to go over these simple ingredients that we are using to make these two items. Ingredients that we can find in our grocery store, ingredients that are readily available and safe and inexpensive. So for the laundry powder, all we use was a bar soap. You can use Castile soap, Zoet soap, Fels Naphtha. This bar soap, Fels Naphtha, has been used for many, many years. Back in the day, many a wife and mother used it with a scrub board to remove stains, grease, odor from perspiration, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be doing the same thing with a scrub board. So the bar soap, the super washing soda, the borax, and baking soda if you want for whitening and for odor, and that's it. That's all you need, and it is much safer than what you can buy at the store that is full of so many harmful chemicals. And you use very little of it, so it is a money saver as well. And then for our wipes, we are using 3 ingredients: water, a natural dish soap, just a smidgen, and a high volume alcohol, some kind of grain alcohol, and that's it. If you want to add essential oils, you can, but it's definitely not necessary. So let's get to our wipes. Let's finish up. The last thing you're going to do with the wipes, let me take a look. Okay, it is 99% absorbed. It's not totally absorbed yet, but all you need to do now is just find the end of your cardboard. And usually I pull it out before it gets this absorbed, so it's easier, but it's not a big deal. You're just going to pull out your cardboard like so. And then you're going to find the end of your paper towel. And look what we have, wipes. And you use them just like you would any wipe. You're going to, clean your counters with it, your sink, your toilet. I mainly use it, like I said, for doorknobs and our phones and light switches and just points of contact. Take it out and use it on the steering wheel of our car, things like that. All right, you guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I make these two products. Not only are they effective, but they are inexpensive. Not everything that's DIY is inexpensive, but in this case, it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe.